I got blood on my hands right now, and I'm stumbling through the dark in the dawn. I have found new ways, but no, I can't be the one that you need.
Hi guys, it's Yaya and welcome back to my channel. In the previous video, I showed you how to make two different solutions in order to make a hair gel. In today's video, part 2, I'll show you how to bring those two solutions together in order to create one hair gel that you can use to style your hair, hold your hair in place without that crunchiness or extra residue, okay? I'll also show you other ingredients that you can add, but how they can also affect the final appearance, okay? Today's video is sponsored by Skillshare. Thank you so much, Skillshare, for sponsoring this video, and let's jump right on in. In the previous video, I showed you how to make a 0.5% Carbomer solution, which means I only use 0.5% Carbomer powder with water, with distilled water, and of course the preservative. I also did the same thing with the PVP solution, but I used 6% PVP powder and I dissolved that in distilled water and of course the preservative. So I recommend going back and watching that video first and then returning back to this video so you can see what I did to get to where I'm at right now. Okay, so basically I did test out different formulas and different amounts of the Carbomer solution versus the PVP solution, and there are some that I find I prefer better depending on what kind of hold you're looking for, but I wanted to show you one that was very basic. That way you guys can tweak it yourselves and kind of pick what consistency you would like. So I just started with 60% Carbomer solution, and then I'm going to use 40% of the PVP solution. Now, of course, you will have to adjust that formula depending on if you're adding other ingredients, which we will talk about later on, and of course, adding a preservative to your solution. But I wanted to do something super basic just so you guys can get an idea of exactly what I'm doing to get the results that I got. All there's left to do is to mix these two solutions together until they become uniform, and then you will have your hair gel. Very simple, very easy hair gel. I use this in my son's hair, in my hair, unscented, just like this, and it gives a beautiful hold. It's just gorgeous. I love it. But I know most of us want more character. We want some fragrance. We want more benefits for our hair. So let's go ahead and add some additional ingredients. The first one is polysorbate 80. It has many benefits, but today we're using it as a solubilizer. In order to add our fragrance oil, I'm using Sweet Pea from Brambleberry. It's such a beautiful, wonderful fragrance, and I wanted to show you guys that you can use a fragrance oil or essential oil. Once you add your fragrance oil to the solubilizer, all you have to do is mix it up together until it becomes a homogeneous solution, which means you don't see any streaks and it's completely clear. This is usually an indication that the two ingredients work well together, because sometimes you can have a fragrance oil or essential oil that doesn't work well with a solubilizer, so you want to try a different one to get a clear solution so it won't affect your final appearance. However, polysorbate also acts as emulsifier. So when it actually got into the gel, it started to basically act as an emulsifier, and it did become a little bit more of a cloudy solution, and I want it crystal clear. So after a while, I let it sit. It did clear up a little bit, but not as much as I wanted it to. But this is still a perfectly fine gel, and it smells amazing. Hey, it works great, beautiful texture. I have nothing against it, but I think I still want to work with some other solubilizers and fragrances to see if I can get something even more crystal clear. Okay, for the next batch, I did the same exact thing with the solubilizer and the fragrance oil, but this time I added some hydrolyzed rice protein. The reason I did this is because I felt like a lot of you guys will probably want to add a little extra oomph to your hair gel to give it a little bit more benefits, and I just wanted to show you guys that you can do this and what the results will be. So basically the same thing happened as the first time, except for, of course, there was a little bit more of a tint to the final product because the hydrolyzed rice protein has a color to it, but it evens out pretty well. It's nothing too drastic, but it is a tiny bit more cloudy than the first solution. It's not as clear, and of course it's not crystal clear, but I've just shown you guys that you can add different ingredients, like if you wanted to add glycerin or if you wanted to add panthenol or other things like that to your gel. Just make sure you adjust the formula to whatever percentage of that ingredient that you add. But also be aware that depending on what you add to the gel, you will get a different look or even a different viscosity. Okay, so I just wanted to let you guys know that. So after I made this small batch with the hydrolyzed rice protein, I also added that to the main batch, and then I got this solution, which still came out pretty great. It's not too discolored and it's not too cloudy. So I really enjoyed both solutions and I would use both of them. Alright, so here is the final product for both batches side by side. You really can't tell much of a difference on the camera, and it could be just because of the lighting, but in person you can see that one has a little bit more of a tint. But as far as texture go, they're very similar and they're thick and beautiful. For the very final one, this is one that is unscented, no extra ingredients, just the two PVP and Carbomer solution, and it's thick, it's beautiful and crystal clear, and hopefully I can get a solution like this in the future with other ingredients. Okay, so but I'm glad I tested this out for you guys. It's just something so empowering about experimenting and being creative, and I love to do it and I love to share it with you guys, and I hope you like to do it as well, which brings us back to our sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for anyone who loves learning and wants to explore their creativity or just learn a new skill. Invest in yourself for your business or for personal growth. On my creative journey with Skillshare, I've been trying to improve my thumbnails on YouTube. I want to make them a little bit more appealing and a little bit more professional. I found a class by Daniel Scott. He teaches you how to use Photoshop to enhance your photos, thumbnails, and advertisements. This was perfect for me because I use Photoshop all the time for my thumbnails. With this course, I learned new ways to enhance my thumbnails using Photoshop. The classes are short, well organized, and easy to navigate. And I have confidence in knowing that the experts who I'm learning from are experts in their field and actually work in their field. So come join me on my creative journey. The first 1,000 people to use the link on my description box or my code yayadiycreations will get 1 month free of Skillshare. So definitely go check the link down below, and don't forget to use my code yayadiycreations. And that's it, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. I will still be tweaking and playing around with this formula until I get exactly what I'm looking for, and I will not hesitate to share it with you guys. If you have any suggestions, please leave it down in the comments below. If there's anything you want me to try, different ingredients you want me to try within the gel, or even a different ingredient altogether to make the base for the gel, definitely leave me a comment down below and I'll try to test that out with you. With the whole series, Let's Test It, that's what it's all about, just experimenting and just finding out what works best for us, okay? So thank you again so much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell because it's the only way you can keep up with the videos I'm coming out with, and I have plenty more coming for you guys in a more frequent basis is what I'm planning for. And also follow me on Instagram at yayadiycreations. You can also follow me on TikTok now. I will do my best to be a little bit more consistent. Love you guys so much, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.